All right, all right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to a game today between 120 and Colorful. It feels like for sometimes it doesn't make sense when I say all right. Uh, but there's a lot that goes into loading up a replay sometimes, and yeah, that definitely was the case just now. Trying to find the right maps, trying to get the quality of life improvements that should have been on the priority of Warcraft 3, really. In the Reforge, those quality of life improvements that help with maps, that help with map distribution. I think if there was a refocus there, then it would have been interesting. Um, if they also if they kept the same graphics, or added more doodads into the engine so that you didn't see Greek columns while you're walking through Azeroth, right? If they wanted to not really retcon the story, but instead like update the visual appeal by adding new things, I don't think I would have. I don't think there would have been that many issues. But yeah, even Brood War has a better map system. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I, yeah, the Activision
Players' forces are under attack.
Blizzard Activision merge. Um, I think Activision, or I think the Activision Blizzard merge, um, is one of those situations where, uh, overall, like the people who the name of Blizzard and the strength of Blizzard was in its brand,
A player's forces are
and
under
its
attack.
brand was one of the reasons why Activision decided to do that merger there, because the brand had value, but and that brand increased shareholder value, but somehow something was lost, and well, that's no longer the case there. All right, Keeper of the Grove sitting now at level 2. Entangle now onto the Ghoul. Let's get into this game here. Colorful able to put in a lot of pressure onto the Death Knight. Colorful really already here with a level 2 Keeper of the Grove very early out of the gate, and this is causing a lot of problems for 120. 120 going to have a very difficult time here. Death Knight was already out of mana, as we're looking at the Frostwolf about to get taken down. Who's going to get the last hit? I believe it looks like the Keeper of the Grove, no, did not get the last hit there. Quality of life, such as footprints and such. Oh yeah. Keeper of the Grove now looking to back off once more. Ghoul is now going to go ahead and try and chase. If you are at the level of player who could recognize and noticed that there are bear paws and footprints, and you can tell the size of your opponent's army by their footprints, well, hats off to you. But making sure, well, yeah, that the right footprints are correct is, oh, Keeper of the Grove allowing a Ghoul to escape at 2 hit points. One Ghoul is taken down here, trying to add in more pressure once more. Keeper of the Grove continuing to fire off shots. Another Ghoul could end up getting taken down. Death Knight does not have enough, as another Ghoul down to 3 hit points, able to stay alive. This Ghoul somehow able to stay alive until Colorful says, well, thank you for sticking around so long. Coming back over here to the top right, Archers looking to retreat back. Death Knight has sold his Scroll of Town Portal and is now setting up an expansion. All right, Autumn leaves. Oh my goodness, what is going on with my chair? Are my kids playing with my chair? Autumn leaves. Well, very, very fast and furious action. You are expanding towards your opponent. A lot of direct aggression towards your opponent here as we look into the base of Colorful. Colorful going in for the Hunter's Hall, does have a Moonwell, and we should be looking at dual Ancients of Lore here in a second. Meanwhile, a squadron or a group of archers attempting to take down the Death Knight here. Archer trying to retreat back. Archer, well, down to 105 hit points. Is it going to be able to save itself? There's a Death Coil, and dealing that deadly blow. All right, Death Coil is now on cooldown. Archers are saying, you know what, I can finish you off, as well as the Death Knight comes in and says, you know what, I don't want you to give experience to my opponent. Death Knight now looking to back away. Keeper of the Grove coming back across here. More damage adding in, as well as the Death Knight, well, coming back across. Keeper of the Grove going to try and engage. Archers coming back across again, off from the north. Keeper of the Grove trying to, well, run on in here and get a bit of pressure as the skeletal minions about to get taken down. Those meddling kids. Still, I need to see more games on the other maps, and before I know whether or not Concealed Hill is still my favorite. Autumn Leaves opens up for some very, very aggressive action, and early on you don't see these turtling games. And the question is, do you like these small skirmishes? If you like these small skirmishes, Autumn Leaves is an absolute gem of a game. But if you're the type that says, you know what, I really want to get to the meat and the heart of the battle, where it goes into the end game, where you are forced to, where the battles, one wrong step can really end the game, well, then Autumn Leaves is not your style of map. Both have their places and both have their merits. Autumn Leaves, well, opening up with an undead expansion. All right, so 120 opening up with an Autumn Leaves Death Knight first undead expansion here. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 2, as a Tree of Life is now trying to get in position as well. Death Knight trying to get a Death Coil off onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter says, no, return the sender. I'm going to be the one dealing damage to you and taking away your precious mana as well. Ogre Magi getting taken down. Cloak of Shadows going to get picked up by the Keeper of the Grove. Demon Hunter still sitting at level 1, looking to perhaps put pressure on that Death Knight. Death Knight off on the other side of the map, sitting at level 2, getting closer to level 3. And while getting to level 3 could be the drastic difference here, as that is a lot of low hit point poison ghouls. You do not want your units to actually be lost to creeps, as the Murloc Nightcrawler with Bloodlust, well, gets a little bit of separation. All right, Keeper of the Grove, Demon Hunter. This is a perfect opportunity to attack your opponent. Your opponent is just bleeding already from the creeps, and this is a window of opportunity that Colorful didn't even know he had. All right, perfect time. Going to take down one of those acolytes. Treants are still putting in pressure as the Death Knight army being brought over. And what is this? The Keeper of the Grove, the Demon Hunter, is looking at this skeleton crew and saying to himself, you know what? I may be able to stick around this fight, but that one Nerubian tower is still, well, causing a little bit of separation. All right, Ghoul's going to instead start clearing out lumber at the expansion to add as a bit of base defense. You can take a look here. There is not many ghouls mining back at home, and 120 is also, well, harvesting with a large number of ghouls as well. You can see there is, what is that? 6 ghouls here and 2 additional ghouls here by 120. 120 should have a very large lumber advantage going in just a moment, as he's gonna spike up in lumber here. Where is that Death Knight going? Death Knight does have a Rod of Necromancy, but he's unable to get any easy creeps so far. And bringing one ghoul would have perhaps been enough to give that Death Knight to level 3, or taking down the sheep. There's another mana burn. And Colorful seems to have 120's number right now, as 120 is in this transitionary period, just hoping that his economic advantage will carry him. But, well, Colorful has an expansion of his own. All right, Tech to Tier 3 nearly done. Tech to Tier 3 halfway done here, as the Lich is about to make its way out onto the battlefield. We are in this middle ground, nowhere limbo so far, as we have a Health Stone now picked up by the Demon Hunter. Rejuvenation perhaps is in order. Keeper of the Grove unable to catch up, unable to get the necessary entangle off on that Death Knight, as that Death Knight retreats home. All right, Death Knight now. Death Knight still chasing after that Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove looking to perhaps put in some additional harassment. Halls of the Dead is teching here, and there goes an entangle onto the Acolyte. And Death Knight does not have enough mana. And is it going to be enough to finish off this Acolyte here? Acolyte not mining. Acolyte down to 60 hit points, 43-24. One more. Oh, there it goes. Finally getting taken down, and now brings in another. Death Knight, if it tries to chase after the Keeper of the Grove, will lose another Acolyte here. And perhaps that is the reason why the Keeper of the Grove is just sticking around. Even the Obsidian statue could have stuck around here to try and give it a little bit of additional healing. Instead, Keeper of the Grove now wandering back off to the north here. Demon Hunter sitting at level 2, getting closer to level 3, gonna pick up that Tome of Knowledge, and a Demon Hunter with 800 hit points and a Health Stone only at level 2 is rather scary. Keeper of the Grove now has retreated all the way back, fully saturating that gold mine once again. We should be getting up an Orb of Corruption for that Lich. Lich, however, still only sitting at level 1 as 120 moves out onto the battlefield with Crypt Fiends, Lich, and Obsidian Statue Death Knight. Transferring things back over. Claws of Attack +5. That Lich has +18 damage already at level 1. And this might be exactly what the Lich needed to get back into this game. 25 to 31 damage. But adding that +18 and suddenly, 43 to 60? Like, how come I can't add right now? 43 to 49. Wow, I can't add in my head. 43 to 49 the damage there as the Tree of Life. Okay, I guess I shouldn't get mad at my daughter. So how you doing? Finally able to catch you live streaming. I am doing well. Great game before. Definitely check it out as we're looking at a Staff of Preservation, saving the bear right there. Deathwell going after another. Do we see another Staff of Preservation? No, we are not. But the bear looks like it may be able to retreat anyway, down to 64 hit points. And, well, trying to head back here. Rejuvenation has come to an end. Units are still trying to retreat back here as the Lich, well, in a little bit of trouble, fighting inside or close to the Night Elf expansion. Demon Hunter going after some of these units once more. Perhaps going to go after the Lich again. Demon Hunter now trying to retreat back. Keeper of the Grove. The lines are completely all over the place. What is going on here? Colorful. Actually a bit separated from the rest of his units. You can see Keeper of the Grove with 2 archers and a Dryad here. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter with some bears off to the north here who are still trying to heal back up before they're able to get into this fight. 120 about to shut down Colorful's expansion. Demon Hunter arrives to the party, gonna try and engage. There's a mana burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight didn't have that much mana to begin with as the Lich now adding up that crazy bonus damage too. All right, more damage, 43 to 49, plus that negative armor just really adds up very quickly. There's a bonus roar on top of all of this, so those Crypt Fiends really dealing and dishing out that damage now. Druid of the Claw down to 12 hit points and finally taken down once more. Focusing down another Druid of the Claw, one more final shot. It's going to get taken down as well as the Death Knight is very low on hit points, has to be very careful. There's that Scroll of Healing being used there as the Demon Hunter, drop the Belt of Giant Strength, use the Health Stone, picked it back up, all during a fight. Demon Hunter still having about 500 hit points, still continuing to dish it out here as the Lich is going to focus on another bear. And 120 doing a great job so far, continuing to put pressure back as the Demon Hunter may be finally running out of gas, down to 87 hit points, down to 61. Potion of Invulnerability used in time. Frost Nova coupled with, Crypt Fiend attacks. However, the Keeper of the Grove was already in the middle of a Scroll of Town portal. Scroll of Town portal opening up invulnerability for that Keeper of the Grove. Great fighting, great battling going on back and forth as the Tree of Life suffering a little bit of damage, but with only Crypt Fiends and, piercing and magic and heroic damage, that Tree of Life doesn't look like it is going to be falling anytime soon. Back off to the north, 66 supply compared to 68. A lot of bears still surviving that onslaught earlier, and army sizes are about neck and neck. Lich now getting up to level 3, so hero level advantage is now back even again as we are looking at another Scroll of the Beast. Scroll of the Beast. Death Knight gets up to level 4, level 2 Unholy Aura. Scroll of the Beast on all of these Crypt Fiends with their ranged damage, coupled with that negative armor, and that Scroll of Beast that does sudden, jump in overall power and effectiveness. However, the bears also will be benefiting from that scroll of, or well, that roar as well. If we are gonna get a roar off, it doesn't look like too many destroyers here as we're ready to engage. Scroll of the Beast dropped. Why is it dropped? Lich not picking up that Scroll of the Beast, and is it gonna leave behind a present? 120 may accidentally leave behind 200 gold as a gift to Colorful. I don't know how to assess the situation before. It's almost like if suddenly you were able to possess one of your opponent's units right as they were able to Scroll of Town Portal away. That's essentially what happened. A 200 gold swing. It is a Scroll of the Beast, but there's already bears out onto the battlefield. So yeah, Colorful quickly ditches that, sells it for that a bit of additional extra gold. Reparation for the losses. Reparations, yeah. Alright, coming back through. Granite Golem. I'm going to go ahead and engage here. A couple of Thunder Slams going down as the Crypt Fiends are able to really add in that damage easily. Lich, well, still with plus 18 damage. Not quite sure if 120 even realized if he had dropped that Scroll of the Beast. Lich sitting at level 3. Death Knight sitting at level 4. Coming back down, Demon Hunter going after the Kobold, Taskmaster, and all of these remaining units here. Bear is going to try and engage once more, and the Demon Hunter wanting to get to level 4, but going to get exposed here. A little bit of trouble. Demon Hunter down to 153 hit points, 133 Staff of Preservation saves him as the Keeper of the Grove. Now going to use the Scroll of Town Portal to head back out. All right, are we going to see any death of any Night Elf units as they leave? No, we do not. Even the Hippogriff, who was webbed down, able to escape. Demon Hunter get healed back up. Disease Cloud still spreading damage across all of the Night Elf units as the units now make their way back off to the north. Lich now with plus 30 damage, an additional Claws of Attack plus 12. If the damage wasn't scary enough before, that Lich is pretty much critical striking every time, and also removing a large chunk of the target's armor. That damage is simply through the roof. Add in the fact that the Crypt Fiends have a very good range and are able to focus fire down a single target, and that potentially becomes a problem. However, we could be looking at a potential creep jack once more. Nope, it looks as though Keeper of the Grove not following up to try and go after all of these units. Dire Frost Wolf, one taken down, and another one taken down as well. Level 4 now on that Lich, and well, adding in even more damage up to 68. All right, let's take a look. This Granite Golem gonna drop very, very quickly. A Death Coil, Frost Nova, Hippogriffs with Roar gonna go ahead and try and engage. There is a bunch of web to take down those units. Lich gonna try and pick up the last item. Is he able to do so? Drops a Mantle of Intelligence. So 120 continuing those reparations, but this time around it makes sense as he wanted to pick up a different item instead. Lich now with plus... Oh, sheesh. Plus 39 damage on the Lich. Do I also cast with Reforged graphics? No, I do not. I find Reforged graphics a little bit difficult for me to keep track of what's going on in the battle. All of the units have more detail, which is true and nice, but things get lost if you're trying to survey a forest, but measuring every and capturing every square inch of detail on every single tree. You end up losing the sight. That's right. Can't see the forest for the trees, or can't see the trees for the forest. I don't know which way is the correct way to say that term. Anyways, Lich now more than critical striking every single time it attacks. That is going to be some major damage, and I don't know if Colorful has actually seen how hard that Lich and how strong that Lich packs a punch. All right, continuing this damage here. Demon Hunter getting up to level 4. Hippogriffs. Some of those are those illusions? Yes, they are. And using illusions to try and bring cooldown on the web. All right, Roar now coming in. Devour magic as well. Mana burn here. Lich gonna turn back around and try and finish off some more targets as we are now coming back in again. Dryads going after more units. Bears continuing to fight. Scroll of Town Portal being used here, and well, I believe another hippogriff was just again taken down. Illusionary hippogriffs with plus 16 damage still look very scary indeed. Meanwhile, 120 does have an expansion over here on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Colorful sitting at 71 over 90. Meanwhile, 120 sitting at 97 over 100. Great in high upkeep as well. And he is still mining away. He is only getting, what is that, 3 or 4 gold out from each base every second, as opposed to the typical 10 in no upkeep. Bear is looking to get ready to engage here. 71 over 90 supply. If you consider this, even though 120 is running up on 3 bases, he's mining 12 gold a second compared to Colorful's 14 gold a second. That's how much of a difference that is. Keeper of the Grove bringing in Trance as well. Unit's going to back off. Demon Hunter looking to perhaps try and get a mana burn off. Where are the units going to land? There they are. As the Destroyers say, thank you very much. You look absolutely delicious. Going to finish all of that off. One Wisp easily taken down there. Lich still with that plus 39 damage. I don't imagine that to go away anytime soon, as the Lich able to continue to creep out more creep camps. Going to get up to level 5. And, well, that level 5 damage dealing upwards of 80 damage per attack. Yep, 100 over 100 doesn't fit the supply box. You'd think Blizzard could fix that. Or no, this is Pad. You think, well, Pad could fix that. Coming back through, ready to go, ready to engage. Tome of Knowledge. Still being left behind here. Keeper of the Grove sitting at 4-4, going up against a 5-5. Colorful is going to have a very difficult time in this engagement. Scroll of Town Portal coming back across. Tree Ants are coming in, and we are going to see them all whisked away here momentarily. Are any units going to get lost? No, they are not. A couple of the Tree Ants are still here nearby. No Devour Magic, though, oddly enough. Okay, there we go. Finally coming back over. Destroyer saying thank you very much. Healing up those hit points and getting a bit of mana again. So far, though, Colorful still sitting on 1,000 gold, has a large amount of lumber. They could be getting ready to engage. The problem is the hero level advantage of 120. 120 has taken the hero level advantage, and those sudden, powerful level 3 spells should be enough to, well, slow down that initial push right out of the gate. And, well, if Colorful is ready, if Colorful isn't suspecting it, or 120 is able to just have a strong start, he'll be able to push that lead up until that very end. Tree of Eternity has been moved over, neutralizing Staff of Preservation, as Staff of Preservation would just bring them to the fight on low hit points. Destroyers are here. Abomination's going to continue to just attack this down, and it is going to be 1 base to 2. 7 gold a second compared to 8, as the Hippogriffs now riding in hot. All right, trying to go after some of those units here. You can see Dryads now trying to engage as well. Hippogriffs, there's a bunch of Roar Disease Cloud getting spread across many of those Hippogriffs who are just simply shut down on the ground. All right, Hippogriffs, if they were actually able to peck while they were webbed down, since they're on the ground and the Crypt Fiends are right next to them, that would be a way to try and neutralize things a bit, as the Abominations are trying to continue to fight as well. And Colorful, I don't think, is going to have enough here in this battle. More damage coming back across, more Devour Magic. Goblin Shredder, Bears having Roar. Destroyer could easily Devour Magic and then try and regenerate some of those hit points as well. All right, getting in a little bit more mana. Units trying to back away. Death Knight of 120 saying, you know what, I don't want to stick around in this fight, as the Staff of Preservation does the temporary save. Acolytes now being retreated back. What is going on here? 120 still sitting in high upkeep. Meanwhile, Colorful now down to 53 supply. With that, 120 gets the win. Colorful throws in the towel, gives the GG, and it was really the hero score that made that difference. The Lich with plus 39 damage, 2 Claws of Attack plus 12, 2 Claws of Attack plus 10, Orb of Corruption, adding a Potion of Invulnerability, and that Lich was just simply a damage machine. allowing for focus fire onto so many of those units. 120 surprisingly sat in high upkeep for a very long time and was able to just outlast his opponent. Yeah, that was just a brute force battle, brute force win for 120. Colorful having to throw in the towel. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something. And I hope you guys check out my YouTube channel if you haven't already. See you guys next time.